Hey, this is Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and I'm joined by...
This is John Fred Young from the band Blackstone Cherry. I'm the drummer and the after-show party organizer of hummus, pita chips, and vegetables.
How's the tour been going so far?
Great. Tour's been going excellent. I mean, can't even ask for anything better because it's been sold out. You know, we've played a couple places, and we are playing a couple places that we haven't been. Liverpool was a show that we've actually never played Liverpool, and it was sold out. We're going to Aberdeen. We're going to Inverness. I think you say that, Inverness, yeah?
Inverness, yeah.
Inverness, oh.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Excuse me. And
lovely up there.
In Edinburgh, we've never been there, and you know, all these shows are sold out, and it's just like, you know, it's truly amazing for us. And of course, we played Glasgow before. We played, you know, Sheffield, Newcastle, Manchester, Birmingham, and all these other places in London. But there's a lot of places we hadn't played on this tour, and they're all selling out. And it's really incredible. That I think it's from our extensive touring over here, and we keep coming back and making new fans. So
yeah, definitely.
Wonderful.
I was going to say, because Inverness, that'll be rabid. That'll be just mad and very loud. Yeah, I think it's awesome. The Ironworks up there, but it's a fantastic venue.
Very
cool. And it's
very
sort of like right up in the Highlands, so they don't get so many gigs up there. So they
kind of a small town type scenario.
Yeah, they're going to be champing at the bit for you.
Yeah, I find that's the same thing in America, where you get these towns like, you know, where it's like New York and LA and Chicago and a lot of, you know, bigger towns that they get shows. Atlanta, they get shows all the time, and then you have towns where, like we're from, you know, obviously 3,000 people, you know, they don't get shows like that. So when bands, the big bands come through, if they ever do, it's just like mayhem, you know.
Okay, so you've already said it's quickly sold out. That must have really pleased you guys. Have you had any standout gigs so far? What would you say has been the most?
That's hard. That's really hard because they've all been wonderful. You know, some nights you get to places where the atmosphere is a little different. You know, you get to where some nights people are just, like you said, rabid, where it's like they haven't had a concert in years, you know. And but we, you know, it's all good, man. I mean, when you're you know, I don't want to say that nowhere else in the world likes to have a good time and party, but like, I think that people in England, especially our style of music and just our fans, are so good, and they have such a great energy when we play. It's just, it is truly amazing. Like, it's just I can't even pick one to tell you what was the best.
That's cool.
Know?
That's fine.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. That's fantastic. You officially formed in June 2001. Mm-hmm. When you all got together in your teens, it seems it didn't take you long before you had a following back then. Did you ever think you could make it as far as you have?
When we first got our band together, we hoped that we would do this, you know, and tour and be able to play the world and all this stuff. But you never, I don't care who says it, I couldn't have fathomed what we're doing now. I mean, you know, and we're, you know, it's just amazing. I was just talking about it last night on the bus. It was like, you know, sometimes you take it for granted. You know, sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh man, I wish I could be home with my girlfriend, my wife, and mom and dad and grandparents, and you know, and everybody feels that way. I think anybody who's ever has to be away from home for work, musician, or if you're, you know, whatever you do, if you drive a truck, if you're, you know, in the army or, well, you know, military. I mean, you do miss home, but you know, I gotta, you know, think about what we do, man. It's just like, you know, it's such a incredible experience, and like we get to see so many things, and that's just like our new video, In My Blood. Like,
I'm gonna ask you about that.
Yeah. I never dare to even put us anywhere with a military, you know, a serviceman or woman. I mean, that's what they do is you know, undoubtedly on a level we'll never experience.
Of course.
But we had a friend of ours, Andy Bennett, who directed our Things My Father Said video. Right. So we wanted him to do some more videos because he did a great job, and he went to we shot the In My Blood video, and we didn't really like the footage. The label didn't like it. It was kind of a pale background. It just didn't capture what we wanted. So we moved on, got another performance down in Nashville, and it was at a little bar. about like this room, and real small. And so we did that, and then Andy went to Baumholder, Germany, where we found a soldier named Randy. And Randy is from, he's originally from Florida, and he lives in Augusta, Georgia.
Okay.
And he allowed Andy to follow him through his daily routine in Germany. And it was just incredible because, like, those guys, I mean, obviously, this guy's he's 20 years old, seen a lot of combat, and, but you all the time hear about, like you see footage of soldiers in combat or things like that, and everybody realizes that they do that. But I think what they don't see is the behind the scenes of like them being at their, barracks, at them, being their downtime, doing the stuff that like, even though it's more dangerous to be out in combat, it is kind of, it's so lonely being by yourself, and I think everybody experiences that on some level. But it was really incredible to have Randy to allow Andrew to go through and film his daily routine. And he flew back into South Carolina when he flew in from Germany, and Andrew met him at the airport, and he had a son born while he was over there, and his wife and him actually got married over Skype. So she wore her wedding dress to the airport. And it was pretty emotional, man. None of that was planned. I mean, none of that was staged stuff. That was like his real family. That was his real baby and his wife, and it was really cool. We went down to Georgia a couple days after he got home, and we did a acoustic show for him, a little private deal, and he didn't know we were going to be there, and we were kind of behind a curtain at this little bitty theater, and he come in, and it was awesome to be able to meet him and thank him for letting Andrew, our buddy, film me, man.
An amazing video. It seems to be a subject that's very close to your hearts. Long sleeves, that was written from the point of view of a friend you had who took part in the Battle of Mogadishu.
Yes.
And so the military side of it seems to be like very close.
It is. Our great friend, Sergeant Bobby Perdue, he was born in Kentucky, and he through a great friend of ours, Carl, they met on a car website. They were both gearheads, and they loved to work on cars and stuff. So they got to be buddies, and we got to be friends with Bobby. And just a great family member of ours. But just hearing some of Bobby's stories, he is a little bit older than we are, obviously, and you just can tell that he's definitely lived. Through things that I could never imagine. And your heart just goes out to people that have put so much effort into keeping freedom just worldwide. That's a buddy of ours, Mick. He lives in Birmingham, and he works with the Wounded Warrior Hospital. And every time we go to Birmingham, it's like I don't know why, but like we're busy with doing other press, and we're trying to get the band up to the hospital and see the guys. So like, hopefully next time we headline we can go up there. But he always brings the guys down to the shows, and we get them passes and stuff to come to the show. So
totally amazing.
But it's amazing for us to meet people that have given so much. I tell you what, like I was raised around firearms and guns, hunted. I still hunt, but I don't. It's hard to imagine what those men and women go through, like in combat, and then also like the little bitty feelings I feel, being away from home. I couldn't imagine what they feel. So got to give it up to them, man.
Yeah, definitely. Your UK fans would be interested in the band's In Your Blood web campaign. You've requested for fans to submit their own stories. What was the idea behind that?
That was we just kind of wanted to see what everybody had, that they flicked their light bulb, and what drove them in their heart. So I mean, for us, it's kind of I think we're actually doing like an acoustic show for the winter, and I think and I'm sure obviously it's I think it's going on in America and here and pretty much everywhere, but it's a cool thing.
Okay, that's fantastic. What have been the highlights of your time together so far? I mean,
oh man, on this one or just
what would be your ultimate highlight, would you say, of what you've done since you've been together?
I think, you know, it probably sounds cheesy, but I mean, every day getting up playing a show is a highlight. It's one of those things where, you know, I was just telling you, like, last night we were just talking about, I was like, man, we don't ever need to take this stuff for granted, man, because this is like, you know, there's a band right now in somebody's garage, in somebody's apartment that are going, dude, I would just do anything to be on the road to play for two people in a club, you know. So any day, you know, we get up and play music for a living and make people happy. And get a little bit of money to pay the light bill at the house. You know, that's it. Never wanted to be rich. Just wanted to be, wanted to play music. So that's it.
Right, I've been told we've got to wrap it up now. I could talk to you all day. Honestly.
Yeah, me too, man. Right. Me too.
Have you got any final words for your UK fans?
Oh, just thank you so much, and just really appreciate everybody that comes out to shows and you know, helps put Diesel on the bus, man, with buying the merch and the CDs, and just we can't thank you enough.
Right here, right now, we're falling apart while we're falling down. Who knew to her would feel this good? Move along so far from home. My mistakes go on and on. In truth, I hate to be alone. It's in my blood and it's in my bones, in my heart and it's in my soul. And when I'm gone, I hope you'll understand. When I get home, I will make amends. When Tuesday comes, I'll be gone again. And when I'm gone, I hope you'll understand. I hope you'll understand. It's in my blood. I miss your touch and I miss your smile. The thing you do that drives me wild. But you know, it's the way it has to be. Another day and another round. I miss my friends in my hometown. But in truth, it's the reason that I leave. It's in my blood and it's in my bones, in my heart and it's in my soul. And when I'm gone, I hope you'll understand. When I get home, I will make amends. When Tuesday comes, I'll be gone again. And when I'm gone, I hope you'll understand. I hope you'll understand. Would you love me the same if I never started dreaming? Or are we better this way ever since I started leaving?
One soldier to another soldier is his best friend, if you know him or not. You always look out for another soldier.
It's in my blood and it's in my bones, in my heart and it's in my soul. And when I'm gone, I hope you'll understand. When I get